We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender. Florida is where woke goes to die.
He's a strong leader. He doesn't waver.
Make America great again.
The problem with Ron DeSantis is that he needs a personality transplant.
Bigoted, white supremacist, Trump wannabe.
We are not going to use your tax dollars to teach our kids to hate this country.
You do not have to wear those masks. You want to wear it, fine, but this is ridiculous.
He wants to make America Florida.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, this is where it all began for the man who wants to be president. Daytona Beach in Florida is Ron DeSantis' old congressional district. It's where his political roots are. And we've come to find out what the allure is, whether that landslide vote for governor back in 2022 really can take him to the White House. Make America Florida is his line. The question is, can he? And what would that look like? If I was to say Ron DeSantis to you, what words come to mind?
I love him.
You love him?
I love him.
Why?
Because I think he's doing the things that most of us would like him to do. He's kept Florida very productive, more or less. I think he wants to make America the way we're used to having it.
Californians are moving to Florida. Massachusetts moving to Florida. Jersey, where we come, moving to Florida. New York moving to Florida. Must be something.
Bigoted, white supremacist, Trump wannabe. I don't know, what else?
What about you, sir?
I think he'd make a wonderful vice president under Donald Trump. Actually, we don't get along politically.
But I try very hard to show him why he should come away from the dark side.
If there is one theme which gets to the heart of what Ron DeSantis is all about, it's culture wars, his war on woke.
We will fight the woke in the legislature. We will fight the woke in corporate America. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob.
And yet, even channeling Churchill in Florida, by no means everyone here is buying it.
You know, his big thing is he wants to get rid of wokeness. And I'm happy to be woke myself, which, I feel is the definition of wokeness is having acceptance for all types of people.
And this stuff about all the gays and all that, oh, just let them live. Let everybody live. Get along.
Critics say there is a deep irony that a man who champions freedom has been so busy restricting so many different things. Abortion, drag shows, gender-neutral toilets, and books.
Unfortunately, we've seen some books in some of these libraries. I mean, you're talking about kids in middle school. Some of the stuff that has ended up there, incredibly disturbing stuff.
The governor's grassroots support comes from mothers like Tina.
So it's grown into this. Our first year we sold $150,000 in t-shirts. It's kind of how we funded ourselves to start.
She co-founded Mums for Liberty here in Florida. It now has branches nationwide.
Genderqueer has obscene images throughout. It was found here in a local middle school library that shared middle school and high school. And not only was it in the school, it was on display on one of the display cases at the end. A lot of school districts around the country have decided that this is appropriate for as young as 6th grade, so 11 and 12-year-olds here in the United States. He takes action. You know, we are tired in our country and in our state of spineless leaders who change their mind, who flip-flop, who go with the flow. What we saw with Governor DeSantis is he looked at facts and he made decisions even though they were unpopular.
This was once a swing state. Not anymore, though. Down the coast in one of Florida's few remaining Democratic counties, teacher Denise Soufrine is considering leaving altogether.
He touts that we're the free state of Florida, and I don't understand how he could possibly say that when you are restricting the rights. Because, the Moms for Liberty will say, we're protecting children. Well, what about all the other parents that want their children to be exposed to ideas of all sorts so their children can grow, and befriend and be kind and compassionate and empathetic? The principles that this country was founded on were freedom. And this governor is not for freedom for all people. He's only for freedom for certain people.
His legislation, dubbed by critics Don't Say Gay, has even pitted him against Mickey Mouse. Disney, the state's biggest taxpayer, publicly opposed his laws. In turn, he said it was a purveyor of woke ideology. Mickey Mouse is suing the presidential candidate.
Do I have the courage?
The DeSantis backstory is one of an American action man. The education was as establishment as it gets, Yale, and captain of the baseball team, then Harvard. The Navy followed, a military lawyer in Guantanamo, then Iraq, with the Navy SEALs.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your governor speaking.
It perfectly fits the image he now presents. This, though, is the bitter battle ahead. Once allies,
make America great again.
Now, not so much.
The problem with Ron DeSantis is that he needs a personality transplant.
Both want to be the next Republican president. Both share the same ideals. But is DeSantis Trump without the chaos? A man who could deliver his conservative policies? Exciting or frightening in a bitterly divided country?